Good evening. The gang is all here. Welcome. It's Monday night. Welcome to the Football Vloggers podcast. If you're new to the show and you've not watched it before, we'll just go around the guests. I'll just introduce them to you. On my left, we've got Daniel, who is 18 Dapper from Doncaster Rovers.
Good evening, everybody.
Good evening, Daniel. Next to him, we've got Jake, who is Punk Chef 41. He's a Sheffield Wednesday fan.
Evening all.
We've got Tyler Rowlinson. He's a new vlogger on tonight's show. He's from Charlton Athletic, Tyler. Good evening.
Hello, everyone. How are we all doing?
And we're all fine, thanks, Tyler. And next to him, we've got Ben, who is Cod's Vlogs, Fleetwood Town fan.
Hello, everyone.
Hello, Lee. Lovely to be on. Thank you for having me on again.
Brilliant. And I think we've got a little new feature for everyone tonight. Ben is going to be watching the Tottenham game tonight.
On, Spurs.
Come on, because the second team is Spurs, but we may make this a regular feature where we watch a game. So he'll be keeping an eye on that for us and letting us know if there's any goals go in. But to start the show off, we shall go round the guests. You could just tell us how your club went on last week. So we'll start off with Daniel. 18 Dapper, how did Donny Rovers go on this week?
Fantastic start last Tuesday. Mixed bag for the Rovers. Ipswich Tuesday night thought, well, the toughest game of our season, easily. And we went 1-0 down early on to an own goal and then turned it around and came out 4-1 winners. And that, for me, was a statement win in League One so far this season. And then confidence was high against Crewe on Saturday. And Donny did the usual Doncaster Rovers thing when fans' confidence is high, and we got beat 2-1 and just looked second best for the majority of the game, unfortunately. So yeah, mixed bag. Hopefully turn it around tomorrow night at Plymouth, but another tough game.
Why would that be, Daniel? Any reason for the change from Tuesday to Saturday? Was there anybody out or just one of them things?
No, I think it was just one of those things. I think maybe, I don't want to say we underestimated them, because I think Darren Moore's preparation for games is pretty meticulous. I think he approaches every game like any other. I just think it was one of those days in football where stuff didn't quite go our way. There was chances that we could have put away and won the game. They went 2-1 up and then just managed the game out really well tactically. Right. Just kind of saw us out, and you're going to get those this season. I think Crewe are a decent outfit. Yeah, they've had a solid start. So yeah, just want to chalk off and move on to Tuesday.
Sure. I'm going to go full screen. I'm going to try this out. So we're going to go to Jake, Punk Chef 41, and we'll put you on the big screen. There you go. Tell us all about Sheffield Wednesday last week, Jake.
Well, we lost midweek to Brentford. Wasn't too fussed about because Brentford just look amazing once again. And Tony is just a quality buy, and he just ripped it apart. And then we went to play Luton, where we thought it would have been an easy game for us to get 3 points at home. Our home record is awful. We haven't won since February, and we lost 1-0 and got a man sent off. So we are still on -4, and we got South Yorkshire Derby to come this week. And we desperately need points, and we've got Rotherham and Wickham this week. So if we don't get anything out of them, I'm going to be slightly pissed. But the fans are already turning on Monk, and it's not very nice at Wednesday. I mean, it's quite toxic with the fan base.
Oh, is it? Right. Okay.
Yeah,
that's not good.
Right.
No. So there we are. New thing. We will go to Tyler. You can tell us all about Charlton. We'll put you on solo as well. We'll welcome you into. Oh no, I can't. There it is. Just click it on there. And there.
We're trying to work it out. There you go.
Yeah. So go on. Last week, Charlton.
Well, yeah, Charlton are on an absolute roll at the moment. Obviously, on Tuesday, we started off with a win over Blackpool, which I don't think you'll be too happy with, Lee.
No,
but yeah,
no.
yeah, I'll be honest, it was the most typical Charlton performance ever. You know, you guys got a player sent off within the first minute. I felt there was, even though it was last man, it was pretty little contact in it, to be honest. I felt Husbands brushed Bogle with his arm, and then Bogle went down really easily, but it was last man at the end of the day. But, you know, we did the most typical Charlton thing. You know, we have an advantage. We've got one man extra. to Blackpool, and then we failed to take advantage of it. And then Ben Purrington, a player who, to be honest, after that performance against Blackpool, I wish he never puts on a Charlton shirt again, gets himself sent off, and then the advantage is gone. But then I think throughout that game, I think the only team that was going to win the game was going to be us. And eventually we did very late on with Chucks and Ike. It wasn't the greatest of performances on our part, but I felt that we were slightly on top. And as I say, I felt if any team was going to win the game, it was going to be us. And then on Saturday, we carried on that momentum and got our 3rd win in a row and our 4th clean sheet in a row against Northampton, beat them 2-0. First half, they absolutely dominated us. They absolutely walked all over us. They should really have been in front. They had a great chance where our keeper was forced into a double save. And then we stunned them out of nowhere in the space of 5 minutes, went 2-0 up and then commanded from then on. So we're on a roll at the moment. Since our new ownership has come in, we haven't lost a game and haven't conceded. So we're playing very well. Yeah. But I think performance-wise, it could be a lot better. I think that apart from maybe Tuesday, I felt we've been second best in all of our games this season. I felt that a lot of teams have found a way to walk all over us, but recently we've really sorted out the defensive line and we've looked very good in that aspect. We've been struggling to score goals lately though, but hopefully that win over Newport is a turn in fortune with finding the back of the net. But yeah, we're on a roll at the moment.
Right. Sign of a positive season, that though,
mate. Just going to add
and results.
Dor into the stream. Hello, Dor's just arrived. Lisa was saying not to let you on, actually, Dor, but we've let you on, so that's great.
You don't start.
We're just going to go to Nappers. We'll put you full screen. You can let us know how Fleetwood. I know you're watching Tottenham. Are you free to talk about Fleetwood?
Yes, absolutely. Okay. Yeah, it's a bit of a chaos start at Turf Moor.
Hang on. Well, there we go.
Hello, Lee. Yeah, Fleetwood. It's a weird one because we went to Accrington on Tuesday night and should be 4 or 5-0 up at half time. We have some very good chances to Mackay. Don't take them. Mackay ran the show, in my opinion. Again, they bring McConville on and go a different way, go long ball, which is unlike John Coleman at Accrington, but fair play needs must. And then they beat us from a long throw, the only shot on target. And I'm scratching my head thinking I've not won that game of football. And then Barton says a very weird quote, but I've only just got it since the game. He goes, I'd rather lose playing like us than win playing like them. When I'm totally different, I'd rather win whenever. I'd rather have one shot, win 1-0. I don't care how we play. I know you like playing attacking football, Lee, and it's nice to watch, but it's win at all costs for me. And then we go to Gillingham and, again, start well, a good couple of chances. They hit the bar, hit the post, should be 2-0 down. Again, second half come out, much better. They get a player sent off. We go 1-0 just before that. And then Steve Evans takes out one of our players. That should not be happening in football. It just shouldn't. They put us in the club shop to get dressed. They give us ice baths and sinks to literally get ready. And fair play, we won the game 2-0 and absolutely buzzing. And one game we shouldn't have won and we lost. We won. And one game we should win and we lose. So football's like that. A good 3 points, and hope we get back-to-back wins for the first time this season on Tuesday against Shrewsbury.
Right, jolly good. Thank you very much, Ben. Right, Mr. Dor has just arrived. Hi, Dor.
Hello.
Did you have how was your weekend? Did you have a game this weekend?
We played against that team from down the road.
Yeah, they're a little one, weren't they?
Tiny little derby.
Do you want to tell us all about it, Dor? We'll just make you. We're trying this new thing where we put you on the full screen. There you go.
Yeah, we played against them on Friday, and to be fair, we should have lost. It wasn't great. I think they got a goal, but it was offside. But do I care? No.
No.
But yeah, I think it was a fair result, to be fair. But I've just seen the comments from Lisa, and yeah. Derby should have won, but like I said, I don't really care. Don't really care.
No, as long as you beat them. As long as you beat them, yeah, great.
Yeah, all right. But it was a fair result. It was a fair result.
So how are you finding it with the change of manager? Is it a lot more happier at Nottingham at the moment? Do you think he's going to do a good job for you? I know you were hating that.
We've played 3, 1, drawn 2. Is there any difference from Lemucci? Not really.
Been 3 games.
Been 3 games.
It's been 3 games, mate.
You can't start on him straight away. Come on.
Oh, here we go. Let me talk. Let me talk. Okay. Let me talk.
Go on.
Okay. Like I said, the team that he put out against Derby. It was like he took out Colback, one of our players that we brought in. He played 2 up front. Like Forest fans, to keep asking for grabbing a Lyle Taylor up front. Did it work? No, it didn't. So I think what Houghton's doing, he's just seeing what's the best formation and who's the best players to bring in to start his team. So it's early days for him, to be fair, but yeah, I think he'll do well.
Yeah. Just got a comment in the comments there, people saying justice, #justice for Loudmouth BFC. Just got to obviously talk about the elephant in the room. Matthew has just decided that he wasn't really enjoying participating in the show and he wanted a break from it for a while. So hopefully one day we'll get him back. But for now, we've no Loudmouth at the moment. So it's up to Loudmouth. He's absolutely welcome to come back whenever. We do love his company, and just hopefully he'll come back someday. But no, we haven't kicked him out.
In the FA Cup as well.
Can I
just
say on to Door's comment? It is Lamucci's team, and you knew that when Chris Hughton came in. It's been 3 games. It's very much Lamucci's team. He's had less than 2 weeks in the job, pretty much. All I say is, give him time, let him work out his best team. And I remember Wild at Sheffield United, you won 1 in his first 5. You're unbeaten. You've not lost 5 points out in there. Yes, the teams you played, Rotherham, struggling Derby, and you can't remember you beat now. Was it QPR you beat? I can't really remember you beat. But 5 points is much better.
That's what I said.
A couple of goals. You weren't scoring under Lamouche. You've got to remember you said that.
But that's what I said.
Yeah, but I know you're going, it's still the same as Lamouche. Of course it's going to be the same as Lamouche. It's Lamouche's squad.
Right, Nappers, let me see something. Right. Have you watched the end of the Forest game?
I watched the one against Derby and I watched the one against Rotherham.
Right, so but did you watch the game against Blackburn and the game against, who else did we draw against? We draw against someone else. I don't know who it was. Yeah, but if you tell every single Forest fan, he's Forest don't play exciting football. I said to you when we appointed Chris Hughton, he's not going to be the kind of manager that's going to play exciting football, attacking football. So technically, he's playing Lamouche's football. He's a fantastic manager. Don't get me wrong, great manager. But I just said it'll take time to players to understand how he plays. That's all I said.
It'll take
He's doing a right job so far, though. You haven't lost.
Yeah.
Huh?
He's doing a right job so far, though. You haven't lost.
But I'm not saying he's by manager, man.
No, but I think the way you're coming across, it's not changed since Lamouche's gone. That is what I'm interpreting. Well, you said it's nothing's changed since Lamouche's gone. It's the same as Lamouche. Well, he's 3 games in and he's got Lamouche's squad.
Okay.
Well, there's one thing. There's one thing that has changed. Lyle Taylor's finally scored a goal. Hey.
Anybody want to know how Blackpool went on in this week? Does anybody want to know?
It's your show.
Just give me a lot of sticker up there about Loudmouth, but honestly, I love Loudmouth. He's a big friend, and I certainly wouldn't chase him out of the show. He's welcome back anytime. Honestly, anytime. Yeah, he is. One of the one of the originators of the show. So
he's a funny man as well.
Yeah. Anyway, Blackpool. Well, we played Charlton on Tuesday, and we got a man sent off in like 53 seconds. He never even made it. He never even actually made any sort of challenge at all. It was just running together, wasn't it? And there was a very slight.
It was very light.
It was incredible. I still can't actually see any touch, but even if there was, he wasn't actually sliding in or going to try. Anyway, he got sent off, and yes, he was last man, but he was just running alongside. It was just
sounds a bit harsh, but
it was harsh, but it's a red card and you take it. And we actually played better with 10 men, and we held on very well. And then, unbelievably, Charlton got a man sent off as well in about the 40th minute, was it? Around about the 40th minute, which was quite
terminates Ben Purrington's contract. Get him gone. Get him out of
there.
Don't want to again.
quite unbelievable, really. So we're back in the game, and we held on, and we thought we might have a chance, but of course, we let in the typical soft goal, and Charlton got the win. But I think Charlton were the better team, really, on the day. That guy with the skull cap on was so fast. And what's he called? That chap that was wearing the white.
Alfie Doughty, yeah, he's absolutely superb.
God, he's a good player. Yeah, he's really, really good. Anyway, so we kind of were in a bit of deep depression then for the week, and then Saturday came, and we played. Well, we didn't play well at all, if I'm being honest. But we managed to rag a win against Milton Keynes Dons.
Kai, wasn't it?
Kai, yeah, Kai is back. CJ Hamilton, who has been like the star player but can't cross a ball to save his life, and we were doing all the typical balls into the box, straight to the keeper, to nobody. It was like a broken. I'm like a broken record on the stream, just saying the same thing over and over again. But then second half, he suddenly got the ability to pass a ball. CJ Hamilton put it right on the centre spot, the penalty spot for Kai to ram home. So 1-0. It was probably a 0-0 was a fair result, but sometimes you just got to get a win from somewhere, haven't you? So hopefully,
springboard for your season, Lee, because I had you guys as doing well.
Yeah, I just think they needed that little bit of luck, and Critchley really needed a win. He really, really needed a win, and so he's got it. So hopefully, like I say, we've got the other Wimbledon on Saturday. We're playing AFC Wimbledon. So
we play them tomorrow.
Yeah, you're playing tonight. Tomorrow.
Oh, sorry, tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow. We got AFC
Also, I said last week, I think Blackpool just need a win out of nowhere, and doing it where they don't play well, and just taking it from Plan B and just scrapping away. And that's what they did against MK Dons. They got a win, and it's not always about nice football. I've said it many times.
Ugly wins in that league get you promoted.
Yeah. Ugly wins.
1-0 and play awful, because the thing is, good football's nice. Don't get me wrong, and I like watching good football, scoring goals. But winning games of football is a habit. And if you can keep on doing that, Shrewsbury a few years ago won 22 games in League One. So 66 points just from winning games. They won 18 of them by 1 goal. So
we had it with the game at the weekend with Luton. Luton are still playing League One. It's not pretty football. They're physical. It's what it is, but it's a game plan, and it works.
Yeah, and sure.
In League One, that's what Wednesday did when we got first promoted. From there, we were just won games ugly. It doesn't matter how many you win by. If it's by 1, it counts. This is different. That step up to try and get that kind of football to work in the Championship sometimes does work. I'm not gonna lie, but you do get found out quickly. And one thing we were saying at the weekend, Luton are still playing like a League One club, but really smart now in a Championship level kind of thing.
But I think with Luton, I don't think they've got quality in areas that maybe other teams have. So Blackpool and Fleetwood have got good quality players for League One level. And there's a number of Fleetwood players and Blackpool players as well, I love you now, could play in the Championship. I look at Fleetwood, I think Duffy, I think Coots, I think Evans, I think Madden, a couple of others as well in there as well. But and Blackpool, you look at Kai, CJ Hamilton, a few more as well in there. But Luton, you kind of think a lot of them are League One standard that have just kind of stepped up. A bit like Burnley, who we're watching tonight. A lot of them could be Championship players. They signed a lot from Championship opposition. So I think all you need is a bit of quality and a bit of coming together. Charlton, the last 4 games, a couple of 2-0s. They're not scoring many goals, but they're keeping the back door shut. 4 games, 4 clean sheets. 10 points.
That's exactly it, mate. Exactly it. It's like touching upon that as well. Like it's the same thing, because again, like you were saying, a lot of our players are more than capable of playing in the Championship. Like when I think of Charlton, I think Marcus Maddison, Johnny Williams, Chris Gunter, players like that. I think they could play Championship easily as well. But like you say, we're not playing glamorous football. We're struggling to score, but we're keeping the defence tight. Our defence is absolutely superb. It was absolutely rubbish at Championship level. That's why we got torn apart. But we sorted that out.
Johnny Williams, such a good player, but you can't seem to keep fit. He got such a good foot on in his vision, and he just can't get fit.
Tyler, how's Ben Watson playing for you lot?
He loves a yellow card. I can say that he started 5 games. He's been booked in every game.
That reminds me of Glenn Whelan, that name.
Yeah, Watson. I think he's very no nonsense. Like he's very negative minded player. He's one of them.
No, he's not.
He'll play backwards pass, sideways ball, but he's one of them players that every team needs. I think he's one of them as a leader. I think he didn't start off too great, but I think the last couple of games he's grown in a little bit, and I think he's done all right last couple of games. I think he's a great little sign. I was surprised we got him actually. That he came all the way down from you. I was very surprised we got him.
The thing with Ben Watson, he wanted to come back to London. I think that was the main reason. But to be fair, Ben Watson, he was one of the best players at Forest last season.
I heard.
And I was a little bit disappointed he didn't leave Forest. But like I said, I think he wanted to leave anyway. So, but going to Charlton, I think it's a good.
Oh my God!
It's a good team for him. To be fair.
I'll tell you what, Nicola Sturgeon's giving us some real tips. Actually, saying there's no Scottish representatives tonight, but they're both busy, aren't they?
We don't want them. We don't want them.
We don't want them. I say no. We've kicked them off, Nicola.
We don't want them.
You're only here because they're not here.
Listen to me, right? Come on, get a grip of yourself.
How long do you think you can keep Lee Bowyer at the club of manager before another club comes in for him? Because he's doing really well.
I thought he was gone in the summer, long gone. The end of the season, and I remember listening to his TalkSport interview after we got relegated. He was literally in tears, and I'm just thinking, I literally, as I was watching that, I was literally just saying to myself, "Look, Lee, just go. You deserve so much better than this club that we were in." But he's shown the loyalty that we needed. But I do. We all keep saying when a club wants him, he's going to go. But every time he keeps saying look, why would I want to go? I love Charlton. We're going to go on a journey. And now with this ownership and with the aspirations that our new owner has, Bowyer's going to be I love the sound of that. But
I think it's to see loyalty in football a little bit because it's not there these days.
I'm not sure when his reign at the club will come to an end. I think it's only going to be a matter of time until someone in the Championship, or who knows, maybe even the Premier League one day would want him. But I hope to God we keep hold of him. I think we were lucky to keep hold of him in the summer.
Yeah, with Lee Bowyer, I think many clubs. I think he could go to a Premier League club. I really do. I like him. So many interviews, he talks sense. One thing he does, he's like a father, he's like a brother, he's like every character you want as a football. He's a very good man management, is Bowyer. And I saw his interview again after the Sunderland game and going, how much the fans are going to love you. You've gone on a journey and this is not the end. And I'm not a Charlton fan, and I had goosebumps from that. And it's like, what a top manager, what a top bloke. And I don't think, you might disagree with this, Tyler, I don't think Charlton that season, when you went up, win the top 6 best squads in that league. I think what he did to get out of that squad was unbelievable. I think he only lost twice from New Year's Day, Oxford away or Oxford at home, and to us. So it just shows you what a good job he did in that last 6 months to get you into playoffs, beat obviously Doncaster. I don't know what happened with the penalties, why he had to shoot.
I'd rather not talk about that. It's in the past.
Come on, Daniel.
It don't hurt anymore. It's gone.
Tell us about it, Daniel. Come on, Daniel. Out here. It's therapy.
We deserved absolutely everything that game. I think Charlton fans, any Charlton fan who loves football, and Tyler, I hope you back me up on this. If you were there, I think we deserved the win. And penalties, it's a lottery, isn't it? And it was just so disappointing. But the way that we went about that game to the Valley, I don't think you've been beat there all season.
Yeah,
if I'm right, and I think we just took the game to it. I think we just left absolutely everything on the pitch, and absolutely gutted to lose. But to lose against the team who went up in the end, it's kind of silver lining to a very dark cloud. But like I say, it's in the past, so I don't really care about it anymore.
I think to be honest, I think what made it worse that night was the fact that we scored early. And I think when we scored early, we were thinking, we've got you now, we've got you. And then when you equalised late on, I was like, oh no! And then Marquis made it 4-3, and I was like, we've lost. And then Morosi gifted it to Pratley, and then a penalty shoot. Yeah. The penalties to this day, because we had Charlton fans in the away end, and they shot at our end, and it was.
Why did
again,
you choose your end? Because it was health and safety. I've never got that.
Yeah, it was to do with health and safety. I think there were a bit of toing and froing between the Charlton and Donny fans, and to try and reduce that kind of chance of it boiling over. They took it down to the other end, even though I think the draw went to the away end. But yeah, it is what it is. Sky. My frustration was it was set up as Charlton. It was a done deal. Charlton had won the game before it even started.
Yeah.
I don't think we had no representation on Sky or anything. I just thought, you know what, Rovers like this sort of thing where we're seen as an underdog or we kind of written off. I think that's when Rovers play the best stuff, and we did a sense justice on that night, and it was just frustrating not to see it all the way. But yeah,
I've just realised something. We've all got English managers, and that's a rarity in this game. Now,
that's true.
Yeah,
everyone got English managers. That's actually really strange. It's just
Yeah.
I've just been going through all the managers.
Darren Moore, Monk,
Yep.
Luton, Bowie and Barton. Well,
Yeah.
Barton, you could say a Scout's not English.
Well, yeah. But it's very weird in this day and age where there's so many foreign. Even when you see going down to Championship, you can see it sometimes going into League One where foreign ownership want foreign managers in. So it's interesting to see that we're on a show where everyone's actually got an English manager. And
what's your thoughts on that one, Jake?
I actually like it. I think it's good because we got
about the comment, not the managers.
Yeah, no, they're coming down there and put up for you.
Yeah.
Wednesday, you're going to get beat by Rotherham, Jake. You're getting a bit of stick from Ben Corns here.
You know Rotherham. Forest played Rotherham last week, and to be fair, Rotherham, they're not a bad side.
They're not a bad team at all. And to be fair,
it
wouldn't surprise me because they lost. They're not on a good run in terms of losses and wins. The only thing we've got going is we've got a good away record. Our home record might be really poor, but our away record is really good. And
the good thing is with them being at home, Jay, they're going to come to the game. If you're at home, they're going to come and sit in a 4-4-2 or a 5-4-1 and just, defend, and try and hit you on the counter attack. But it's going to be interesting.
It's going to be an interesting game. It's going to be a tough one for Wednesday because we just need points. If we got the points if we got a draw against Brentford and a win at the weekend, we've been in positive goal numbers, and I think that would help the fans a little bit. If we didn't have this positive goal difference, point tally, I think fans will be a little bit better. But they're seeing the performance, they're seeing the tactics, saying that team sheet's wrong, that's wrong. But it's so many games in quick succession, and you need to replay it. And we got an entire back four out injured. And we've got an entire back four out injured, and we've also got a defender who's now suspended because he got sent off at the weekend. It just doesn't help our situation. And
go on, sorry, Jake.
For ages, I've had it when everyone said Monk needs to go. I've always said he needs to have time to bring his own players in. He's time to bring his own backroom staff. He got that now. He said at the weekend, if you're going to give it on anyone, put it on me. It's me, lead the players. It's going to take some time to gel. And I agree with that. And I've got this thing where Wednesday fans want us to be back in the Carlos days, in the playoff situation and stuff. We're not there yet. We're going to have to rebuild. And I don't think Wednesday fans like the idea of thinking that we're not as good as we are, if that makes sense. People used to seeing us there, and we're now there having to rebuild. And if we can get back up to there, but I've always said that this season I will be happy with mid-table. I'm not critical with what we've been handed. If we get
survival, mate, that's what you need.
Yeah, if we get mid-table, I'll be happy as Larry. But I think there's so many fans who are like, "Oh, it's all the manager's fault," and it's like you're telling us that we need a new manager. Who the hell is going to come into a club with what's going on? No one can touch it.
It's a hard ask, isn't it? It's a hard ask for anybody to come in and take a club that's started on -12. We all know it's. Has anybody actually escaped -12? You know, Rotherham then. Oh, right. Okay. Are they the only ones? Are they the only ones that have?
Coventry, I think.
-12 ones.
Coventry as well, but there's not many survive it.
Can I just say, I'm surprised Doug's here tonight because I saw that he was recording with Billy the Bee the other day, and I'm surprised it didn't take 4 days for him to get the right clip.
Oh, don't.
How long do you have to film for?
Oh, it was a mess, absolutely a mess.
Were you on Sky?
Yeah,
yeah.
I was there for 1 hour.
An hour.
How long?
Jeez.
An hour,
An
like
hour?
30 seconds.
Did you go to Sky? Did you go down?
No, they came to Billy the B. He came to. What it was, he messaged me on a Monday saying, "Oh, can you do some work for me for Sky?" I went, "Okay." So I'd done some work at the Sky for them outside the ground, but the weather was really bad. So I done it the next day, and the weather was still bad. So he come to Nottingham on Thursday.
Right.
Lucky enough, I knew the forest director, blah, blah, blah. So he said I can do some video in the ground.
Oh, right, okay.
So I was there for was that an hour to do 10 seconds of work.
How many times do you have to record what you did?
Oh, I lost count, nappers. I lost
What would you like? Would you like one more just to make sure?
Yeah.
I was getting annoyed when I was coming in here because it wasn't that I was annoyed. Me arm was aching. I can't keep carrying on. When I did Sky, I thought, is it me? Am I being a bit like SHIT here? I had to record. I think I counted. I think it was 31 video clips. And 2 got shown.
This is the thing about Sky, because they want everything perfect. And what annoyed me, because when I done this the first time, the weather was bad, but you couldn't hear the wind in the background. And I looked back on it, I thought to myself, that's good. I don't see the problem with it. And then when Billy came to Nottingham,
did you record it or did they record it,
no,
Ben?
No, on Monday and Tuesday, I recorded it because.
Oh, you recorded it?
Yeah, but because it was windy, and the first bit wasn't windy. When it came on a Thursday, the weather was fine, and the thing with Billy, you've got to repeat over and over and over.
Yeah,
and over
yeah,
and over.
so you can get a good take out of it. Yeah,
it's like one more. He's a great guy.
Did they pay you for that? Is it just? Did you actually get money for that? Or is it you have to do that out of the goodness of your heart? So you got to do it out of the goodness of your heart. You got to do 30 odd takes. You don't get a penny for it in the wind and rain.
Lee, you know this. This is called exposure.
Yeah,
yes,
it's good exposure, isn't it?
That doesn't.
You know what?
Is it?
Do you see numbers go up on channel, Ben, or not?
Pardon?
Do you see numbers go up on channel or not from it?
I got a few numbers and I got a lot of praise from it, and I'm not bothered. I enjoyed that discussing Fleetwood, and it was. I think it was the last Friday show before football stopped. So it was on the Friday of the last Fleetwood game was on the Tuesday, so it was a day before. I think it was Blackpool at home, and then we played Portsmouth on the Tuesday. Then on the Thursday, Friday, you got curtailed, but it was a good opportunity. It was just annoying that they want me to go down to the ground, and my problem was I was at college all day. When they asked me, I was off on the Friday. I had to do a lot of college work from home, and I had to get it in. And I'm like, well, I'm at Poolfoot. I'm here till 5 o'clock on a Friday. I can't go down to the ground because it'll be pitch black, and I'll be knackered, and I'm not literally getting home at 8, 9 o'clock. And so I just did it here, but I literally had to get my mum to wave a flag in the background and camouflage her out.
The most annoying bit, the most annoying bit was the second time. I woke up he wanted it desperately, and I was outside the ground at 6:30 in the morning because I had work at 8 o'clock, and the background was perfect. The lighting was perfect, and it still said, "Oh, not good enough." I was like,
"Did he actually say that? Did he actually
it's windy and blah blah blah." I was like,
that's when you need that's when you need a mic with a little lav mic with a little dead cat on it.
I did.
Oh, you did?
One. Yeah, because my brother gave me one.
Ah, right, okay. It was still really windy then, yeah.
Well, a tad.
Could you not get yourself in somewhere if they're allowing you in the ground? Could you not just got yourself inside? Somewhere nice.
I need to. Well, if I keep begging the director, can I do this? Can I do this? Can I do this? It'll be annoying for a minute. So
yeah. Well, no, not really, because it's exposure for Forest on Sky, isn't it?
It is, but there's so much I can talk about what happened. It was annoying, but
I can imagine it was.
End of the day, I said it. I don't know. I said it 2 shows ago. Doing things on Sky, it's a bonus. So
Yeah.
It's a bonus for me, to be fair.
Yeah, of course it is. James just asked the question there. Is there a movement to boycott stream matches? Have we heard about this?
Yeah, PTV.
Basically, BT and Skyers are asking basically saying they don't want the $14.99 matches to happen because fans are not paying it. They're just not bothering, and they are seriously thinking about dropping it because fans are basically going, we're not going to pay it. Why should we pay $14.99 on top of our Sky subscription, on top of our BT subscription, and blah, blah, else? It's that whole situation where you want them. I understand what they're trying to do. They want to pump more money into it, but you're then ripping off your fan base and the audience. And no one wants to pay 14 quid for a game if they can get it wherever. And it's this stupid thing where I understand what they're trying to do, but it's that stupid thing where it's making the fans feel like mugs. It's like if you've already got a BT subscription and a Sky subscription on the same thing, and I think it's about 70 odd quid if you've got both on Sky. It is ridiculous. So then turning around and saying, we're going to then put another 14 for you to pay what game you want to watch. Fans are just turning around and saying, I'm not paying it. And football are forgetting that it's not just football clubs that are struggling. Actually, other people are struggling. The people are
struggling, yeah. A lot of people are out of work, and there's not as many jobs to go back to, and people are not sure if they those people have been furloughed, have been let go, and companies are going left, right, and centre, aren't they? And it's only going to get worse as this carries on. And I don't know how they can keep expecting people to pay, and it's not a great product.
No.
iFollow is not. I'm telling you, it's just not a great product. It's okay, and you watch the match, but you've just got one camera, and if there's any rain, you've got a guy wiping the lens because you can't switch to a second camera. The guy on Sky just wipe the lens and then go on another camera, but you can't. You're just watching this one camera. They're playing replays at times when there's something going on because again, there's only one camera, and it is just not the greatest product, and it's behind time as well because we're behind. Because people are posting in the comments, penalty shootouts. We already know the score before we've scored.
Well, this is the thing. I'll have iFollow, but I'll have Twitter on just in case, ready just in case. So I know it's coming, so I'm going to watch it. But you've got that stupid thing. If you're not going to have it actually live and to the point and have a delay on it, and it's not even 1080, it's upscale 720p. And I understand what they're trying to do, but you then I understand the whole thing. The money goes back to the club. Fair enough. £10 is £10 at the moment, and I get it.
It is, yeah.
But
I get that
at the same time, if you're going to give something to someone, you want it to be decent. You want it to be as close as live as possible. You don't want a 10, 20-second delay. And that's the issue, because then you'll have, say, if you're doing your watch-alongs, you've got it going in the comments, and you're like, you don't want to spoil it. And then, or if you are watching it, if you've got notifications, like we probably all have for our club, so when it comes to like, say, the transfer market, we all have the notification where they do the whole big tease, look who we're signing, and then you get ready and you're all excited. If you've got it on, you already know that the opposition already scored.
Especially on a penalty shootout, it's horrendous.
I've turned it off now.
I've turned the comments off on a penalty shootout because you can't do it, because people say, no, it's 1-0, we've scored, and you can't do it live. It's weird. But
you wouldn't mind paying that tenner if it was actually felt like it was a good product, and it doesn't. I'd pay 15 for it to be in 1080 and it be multi-camera, personally.
Yeah.
Or
you should be able to provide that, surely.
Or have it where, if you want that, like I know something the other day, we were looking at the fixture list, and it's going to cost us 80 quid in December to watching all the games. If you want to watch it, because we've got 8 games. 8 games, 80 quid.
What about the home?
What's the iFollow experience for you, Tyler and Charlton? What do you think of it? Good, bad?
Well, it's not great, is it, for the price you have to pay? Like a tenner, as you say, tenner for just one camera and things like that. But the delay don't help either. Yeah, it's better than nothing, isn't it? But the delay don't help. I mean, when I watch the game, I turn my notifications off because I don't want it spoiled. Like, I
Yeah.
just want to watch it. I want to watch it right there and then. If we score, I want to celebrate. I don't want to know a minute before and then watch. Oh, look, that's how we scored. I just want to get like I want to get like a live proper thing to it. But it's the best we've got at the moment. It's not great, but it's better than nothing, isn't it?
What do we all think about actually watching football with no fans on TV?
I hate it.
It's not the same for me.
It's not,
weird.
is it?
I
There's
hate
something bad. There's something not good about it, isn't it? You know that.
I hate it even more with the pumped in fan noise, and it just sounds cringy. I hate it.
Yeah, the crowd noise is not good. You know, the fact you have no reaction from the crowd. It's just not. It's not football, is it? We're watching something, but it's not.
I prefer having it off because you get to hear the players and the coaches, which you never hear before. Which sometimes that can be really interesting.
Yes, it can. You do get the odd
hear the players swearing and the coaches and the commentator goes.
I do apologize for the swearing, but it's football, isn't it? That's how it is.
But that's the thing. If you're watching on Sky, you haven't got to apologizing every 15 minutes.
I know. It's pathetic.
We know it's happening. Just deal with it. I know you've got to do it due to Ofcom and all that kind of crap, but we know it's going to be there. If we were at the game, we'd be swearing too.
They should just put like a little disclaimer that pops up every now and then in top corner.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, just this is recorded live, and if there's any bad language, we're not responsible.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I think the annoying thing is that you see that the arts, like the theatres, are getting people in, and they can have people in and they're sat next to each other. So why can't football?
Cinemas are the one that get me.
Cinemas, you can go to the cinema, which is worse than going to a football match in the open air, and you can go to non-league games, and I think you're all right in the open air, aren't you? Really? Are you? I don't know. They
keep on saying it's to do with kind of congregating outside of the ground afterwards and stuff, but surely you get that at a cinema and at a theatre when the show's over or when the film's over, everybody kicks out at the same time. So
you'd have to have a queuing system, wouldn't you? Surely just a queuing system, mapped out with railings and stuff, and you just have to follow
it. One stand out at a time. They've got to stay 2 meters apart until they're off at premises, and then you can't control everybody.
I'll say it now.
It's like what we did when we played. Oh, go on, Jake.
Yeah, it screams of the whole class divide. If you've got the money and you're willing to go to theatre, and I know it's a poor kind of thing, but it does feel that way a little bit. We're not allowed to. We're working during the pandemic. Some people who got the money or not, or whatever. There is a class divide. It does feel that way, and I think that's nature at the moment. And it just stinks. Go on, Tyler.
I was going to say, because we did when we played Doncaster at home, we did a pilot event. We had 1,000 fans in, and we social distance from the north stand and the west stand, and it was a success. It was one of the more safer places to be in London at the time.
I agree. That game was a success.
Ours was as well. We had 1,000. We had 1,000 against Swindon. Same thing. It was absolutely fine. It was just, and you could see in the stand that, just 1,000. They were well distanced. People were nowhere near. There was rows in between people with 1,000 in. Obviously, the odd bubbles were around, but it just wasn't full. It was. I just don't see
which teams have done those pilot ones. Blackpool.
Blackpool
Charlton,
did, yeah.
Forest.
Have you done one, Jake? A pilot, one of these?
A couple of championship clubs did it.
What's that?
Do you know the pilots where they had like 1,000 fans in or something? Did Forest do one or not?
No, we had one.
So how did it work for you two guys and getting into the ground and leaving? Did you guys go to your pilot?
They judged that they decided 1,000 on the first 1,000 people that got a ticket, and I was a bit late on deciding for the simple reason that I had to buy 4. And I thought, why do I need to get 4 season tickets for me, my 2 boys, and Jane, obviously, because we could watch it on one TV almost, really, But anyway, I ended up buying 4, so I've spent over £1,000 on bloody I follow this year, and I just don't think don't think we're getting our money's worth. And they actually said at the time that you won't be allowed any money back because we are going to provide you with iFollow. And I thought,
why didn't you get a chip box?
The clamping down.
Why didn't you get a chip box?
Yes, I know we could have done that, but Jane
I've got
wanted to
one.
support. She wanted to support the club and all the rest of the, was that moral thing. And they also came up with an offer at the end, and they said we're going to allow. We're only going to give out 4,000 season tickets, and those will be the 4,000 that will be allowed in. And Jane got really panicky that we wouldn't be able to get in to do the vlogs, if we didn't have a season ticket. So it kind of forced us buying it on the last day. Really, we got suckered for it, and I was adamant I wasn't going to get one. I said to Jane, we're not going to go in to watch football this season. And so
I'm similar to you, Lee. I was kind of 50-50 whether I was getting a season ticket, but then I thought if people are going to get allowed into grounds early, it's probably going to be reward the loyalty. So that's why I got one. But then the more I thought about it, it makes sense for a football club if they were allowed to do 30% capacity or whatever, to do it like a different way around to what they normally do, where away fans for away games, season ticket holders get it first.
People,
it makes sense for them to do it a different way around and sell full price tickets until maybe the first 500 or whatever, and then go to like a draw for the season tickets, because that'll get more money into the club. But God knows what's going to happen. Hopefully.
So, Sto, since you're going in 5 minutes, what's your prediction for your next 2 games?
We've got who have we got next?
You got Luton.
We've got Luton on Wednesday. That's another tough game.
Yeah.
I think we'll win, because I don't know how Luton have been. They've started good, haven't they, Luton?
Luton, they've got a game plan, and once they play it, just be aware they will be aggressive, they will be physical, and if you touch them, they'll fall down to the floor. That's it. It's that kind of football.
I hate that. I hate it. But they were like that last season in League One. They were terrible. I didn't enjoy Rotherham at all, home or away. And they got one of our worst away day reviews. If you watched our video, I hated it. Absolutely hated Rotherham, and I gave them loads of stick in our season review of away days. They were just miserable.
Get them on.
Lee's plugging again.
I think if you can get on a counter attack, properly get in behind, and you'll probably get a good result out of it.
Yeah, it's one of those. Luton were one of those, and I said to my mate the other day, I don't think that at this moment in time there's a standout team in League One. So Luton a few years ago didn't start the greats, and they went 21, 22 games undefeated. They won a lot of those games. All it takes is a couple of wins, and all you need to do in this league is stay consistent. And I'll be honest, I was looking at Doncaster thinking, something, beating Portsmouth away, no easy feat, beating Ipswich. And I was thinking, right, they need to do it against kind of the sides they're expected to be now. And it seems a bit like Fleetwood, where Doncaster are one of those sides that, they'll go to Portsmouth, win, they'll beat Ipswich, they'll beat all the top 8, top 9. They'll go and play like a side that hasn't won away from home yet, and they'd lose 2-1.
The consistent thing about Donny Rovers is that we're inconsistent.
Yeah.
I think about Wednesday as well. Is it a South Yorkshire thing? Gotta be.
I think so. Yeah.
I don't want Doncaster to come up, because I hate playing against Doncaster. Yeah, so they can stay in League One.
I was one of those.
We enjoyed our trip to Doncaster.
I hate playing Doncaster.
It's a lovely club. Lovely club. It's really friendly. Club. Stewards are friendly, aren't they? And everything when you go there.
Superb club. Yeah. Great bar, great pubs near it, great fans, lovely family club.
Just nice people. And yet Rotherham, how far away is Rotherham from Doncaster, roughly?
Not far enough.
And they're just like so miserable there. How can they be so friendly in Doncaster and so miserable in Rotherham? Why?
They're miserable in Rotherham because they don't live in Doncaster.
Well, my sister calls Rotherham the arse end of Doncaster.
Rotherham is horrible. And even going to Rotherham, you go past the old ground, don't you? It's like a ghost of a ground, isn't it? Like an abandoned pirate ship or something. The whole place is just bloody awful. And I tell you what, they've got the loudest PA system in the world in Rotherham. They play that bloody New York thing, which I don't see why it's got anything to do. I know they've called the New York Stadium, but why New York? It's okay.
From a Luton Forest preview. So
all right. See you later.
I feel like that Luton fan door. We're looking for an hour. Come
on, Luton. Come on, Lancers.
All right. Cheers, lads.
Cheers. And I'll tell you something else.
You know the reason why it's called the New York Stadium?
Why is it called the New
They
York
called
New
the
York Stadium?
New York Stadium due to it's something to do with fire extinguishers. I think fire extinguishers were made around on the thing. Let me find out. Hang on.
Oh God, honestly. But the other thing as well is when they score a goal, they play like a goal celebration music, but it's actually so loud that you can't actually hear the fans. You know, it's so loud, man. It's ridiculously loud.
What I love about
God, at Rotherham, it's
There you go.
awful.
The name
What?
New York Stadium derived from the area in which New York Stadium is based. The old Geston chimney foundry made the distinctive fire hydrants, which are now dotted around the streets of New York.
Ah, right, okay.
What I
Go on,
love
Ben,
about
you were just about to
Fleetwood's
say.
goal tune, I
Yeah.
love on Sky Sports you got ripped apart. I love it. Fans coming in, literally wanting to hit themselves because we scored in the last minute and that tune comes on. Honestly,
I think
inject
every
it
fan in League
into
One has
my days.
PTSD
I
when that
don't like
comes on.
it,
That
but if it
Fleetwood.
annoys other people, that's the first thing I put on Twitter. I knew we were going to get all. As soon as we come up and said, yeah, we're going to get him, he's just fitting me, smashing forward, get him away from home. And I literally tweeted the video, put, hi, Hull fans, kiss. Honestly, I love our goal music. And it's a big debate, isn't it? Like, do you like goal music? Because Blackpool used to have it, they don't have any anymore.
Yeah, we used to have it, but like
I'm not sure.
We used to have it. We don't anymore. I miss it.
We used to
I like it, but not like right as they score the goal. Like it's too early. You got to have the celebration, then you kind of all sing after, but not like the fans have got to go mental for a while, haven't they? Without this so loud music going over the top of it. But Tyler, you were going to say something about Fleetwood's music.
I was just going to say that every fan in League One has PTSD when that comes on.
That's
It's a song, Ben.
We're a scummy club. We've got an horrible fan. We've got an horrible tune, and everybody hates our great.
What is the tune?
It's like a sailor tune, isn't it? I can't remember.
Honestly, people just hate Fleetwood because of Joey Barton, which I love him, because of our goal tune, because we're money.
What is the goal tune? What is it? What is the
Sing
goal?
it for us, nappers. We need you to remind us.
What's the tune?
He's going to play it. Hold on.
Come on.
He used to go to Burnley and they used to do that Tom Shark or something. That they used to do that. I used to hate going to Burnley. The song used to do my head in.
Lee, this show is getting copyrighted. You
Who's gonna copy? Who's gonna
You've got
copyright
53 minutes and now it's going to be copyrighted.
Are you ready? Alexa,
Copyright strike.
Pump it up. Alexa, play Pump It Up.
Mute him.
They're definitely going to get copyrighted.
By the way, you shut yourselves. Haven't even got an Alexa.
My Google Home.
Superb, really good. Jake, are you trying to share a screen? Have you got a screen?
I did share it. I think I'll need to kill it. Hang on a moment.
Oh right, okay. You don't need to share it now.
0-0 at half time, by the way.
So I was just about to ask you, Ben, how is the game?
Burnley've had a couple of good chances late, and Spurs have had most of the ball. Kane's dropping deep a lot. He's like a midfielder. I mentioned in previous weeks the way he drops deep for trying to create chances for Lucas and Son. I think second half
the Rooney role really early in his
career. I've said that many times. He'll end up like Rooney. But I think there's time for maybe Bale or Vinicius to come on. Maybe go 4-4-2 with Bale, Son, Kane, Vinicius, or I can't pronounce his name. Maybe do those and maybe take a Sissoko off, because Sissoko and Ndombele are both similar in kind of, they're both workhorses. And then maybe I think Lo Celso's on the bench. Maybe bring him on for a little bit of an attacking spark from midfield. But Burnley have done well.
Come on, Burnley.
They're a tough. They're a bit of a tough outfit, Burnley, aren't they? You know, they've done very well for such a small club. They've hung in there, haven't they?
It's 4-4-2 all over, Lee. It's 4-4-2, and it's like, come and break us down. We'll let you on the counter. Spurs' weak point is conceding set pieces. Burnley's are good at that. They've had a couple of corners, a couple of free kicks through Brownhill. So, be interesting to see how the second half pans out.
So
talking about 4-4-2 and 4-3-3. What is everyone's preferred way to play? I mean, Blackpool are playing this 4-3-3, and I actually think we're suited with the players we've got to a 4-4-2.
Depends what you're suited, Lee. Like, I like a 3-5-2, but I do like 4-3-3. That's what we play 4-2-3-1 at the moment. We play, obviously, Whelan and Coots or Whelan and Mitete as holding midfielders. And then in front of him, we've got Callum Camps, who's a proper number 10. Our top goal scorer this year, brilliant signing. And then it depends who our wingers are. Sometimes it's Burns. But normally, I like a front three of Madden, say Mackay, and maybe Ched up front, but it does depend who the opposition are, because if you're playing Gillingham, you need physical players. So we had to adapt, and we took Mackay out, we took Morris out, we took Coots out. So mine's 4-3-3 if I have to say anyone.
Well,
what about you guys?
We keep playing a 3-4-1-2 at the minute, and
3-4-1-2, okay.
I don't think we're built for it. We got a win against Cardiff with it. We got a draw against Watford. We got a loss against Bristol, a draw against QPR, a win against Birmingham. And the Birmingham was a 4-4-2, but we play this three at the back and then play with wing backs. But we don't have wing back to do it. The two people are doing it either. One's a wing back and one's a winger. So we haven't really got the right player for it. I'm a traditional. I like 4-4-2. I like having standard wingers. I like having ball whipped in, and that's just my opinion. Yeah. But if you're gonna try a 3-4-1, you need to have players that can play that in defence, who like to come out. And we've had that a couple of times. One of our best defenders, I actually think he should be a holding midfielder. Iorfa would be so much better as a holding midfielder in front of the back three. He played that really well. But the problem we had, the player that was doing that for us is now out injured longer. He had like 22 tackles or something. It was the most in the championship. And then you got Bannon in midfield, whipping the balls and pinging the balls everywhere. And it worked. I don't like it. I like a 4-4-2, but whatever he puts in, I'm going to support it, if that makes sense. Because I'm not a manager. He knows what he's doing. He's getting paid for it. He sees it more than I do. It's what annoys me when you get all these people complaining about the formation on Twitter and stuff. I'm like, stop playing Football Manager and just support the team. Yeah. At the end of the day, you might have got this to work on Football Manager or FIFA. You're not the manager. You don't see them week in, week out. At the end of the day, if he picked that team, there's a reason for it.
Yeah.
What formation Charlton playing, Tyler? We'll go to you at the moment. And then we'll do Gapron.
Ours changes every week, mate.
You switch it around.
Yeah, we're playing a 4-3-3 one week, and then a 5-3-2, and then a 4-4-2. I ain't got a clue, but I think with us, what I've found anyway, we seem to build our team around Alfie Doughty, because I think with the first game of the season we played a 4-3-3, and he was on the wing, which I think he's very effective, as you saw against Blackpool on Tuesday. But then against Sunderland, we played a 5-3-2 and played him at wing back, which I felt which is where he was playing in the Championship. But it's weird because I feel like Doughty's played every game, but he's played on the wing, he's played wing back, he's played at striker, he's played everywhere. So it's weird. It's weird because it keeps changing. I think my preference would be a 4-4-2 diamond. personally. That's what I would play. That's
like 4-1, so like kind of a holding midfielder, two. Was it a left mid or a right mid, or kind of two centre mids and a cam?
At the start of the Championship, we played holding midfielder, two central players, and a cam, and it worked really well.
Does that kind of make you a bit too narrow, though? Did you find it kind of you had no width, or kind of getting crosses in for, like the Taylors?
It worked well. It worked well in the Championship for a time until we got injury ravaged, and then it just fell apart. But I think this season, with Doughty now used as an out-and-out winger, and he is an absolute boss in that position, I think we have to play wingers, but it's a disadvantage because we don't really have another winger in that team. I mean, Maddison's just come back, so hopefully he'll play in the wing position because he can play in the wing or in attacking midfielder. But the other winger we've been playing there is Connor Washington, and I think he's wasted in that position. Yeah. He's a striker, he's a central player. I like Washington, but he's a central player. You put him on the wing and he's not
wide, is that?
Huh?
Is that Washington out wide?
Connor Washington, yeah. We played him at the start of the season. We played him on left wing, which I felt was weird because he needs to be played in the centre with a partner.
He's like a Harry Kane, he's like a big target man.
Yeah, but again, I think against Northampton, I think we did a similar thing, but we played Paul Smith on the wing. But I actually don't mind Paul Smith on the wing. He's very nimble, very quick. he's one of them annoying strikers that'll just get on your nerves, like constantly on your back all the time. But our formation changes every single week. It's weird. I can never call it with us.
Like, bingo,
we
innit?
played Milton
Bingo
Keynes
colour.
Dons on Saturday, and they played that formation. Can you see that?
Like
Jane drew it.
4-3-3 or
It was like
3-1-2-2.
That looks like 3.
I'd never seen a formation like that. That's how it came up on TV. I'm like, what's that? It's like some sort of like.
It was like a plant that had been planted.
It's just odd. It
What is
went
that?
out
Three-
like a
three,
V. There was like a
four,
V
four.
with. I was like, what the hell are they? Well, I don't know what format it was, but they played a game of going back to the keeper from wherever.
Yeah,
So they go to your.
literally.
Go on.
Sorry, go on, Lee. Sorry for interrupting.
Yeah, I was just saying they would just pass back to the keeper all the time. So if they didn't get like, if they got to your box and they couldn't make a pass, they just go all the way back to the keeper again, and it just kept going all the way back to the keeper the whole game. I was like, God, what are they playing for here? I mean, obviously they were really settling for a draw then. And what about you, Dapper? What's your team playing at the moment? Because they're doing.
Generally, it's a 4-5-1, like 4-2-3-1. It works well for the players that we've got. I think the attacking wingers, Taylor on one side, Sims on the other now. Sims, fantastic player, unreal at this level. But do I like it? Not so much. I think it leaves Okenabiri or the centre forward isolated at times,
Right.
Especially if we're defending and trying to hit on the break. Okenabiri is up there on his own. But yeah, I'm quite a traditional man. I like the 4-4-2. I like 2 strikers, 4 in the midfield, 4 in the defence. But
I just like wingers.
yeah, I think
I do. I like that traditional pull
though. I
it
think it
back.
needs a bit more tactical thought about it. I think it's more like a game of chess than anything at the minute.
Yeah, there's something about a winger just bombing down the line, getting that ball in first time, and a striker just getting his head on it. It's just exciting to me.
Yeah, so you get that with a 4-2-3-1 though. I mean, we're seeing wingers bombing down, and you've got the overlap from Halliday on the right, or Reece James or Cameron John on the left. So you do get that overlap still using that. I just think there's not enough in the box when the balls are going in there. So for me, I'd like to see 2 strikers.
You know whose fault this is, though, don't you? This whole formation change-up happened when Sheffield United started playing wing-backs. Everyone can do it.
No, we played wing-backs about 3-4 years ago, and it worked. All of a sudden, we were like 9th, and we went to like 4th in League One. And the one thing we called Ben Davies in on loan from Preston, he's now in their first team, and in my opinion, will go on and play for Sheffield United. I've said it many times. Left-footed centre-half. In my opinion, he is in the top 3 best defenders in the Championship, if not the best. When he came on loan, we had an attacking left wing back in Amari Bell, who's now at Blackburn Rovers. And every time Amari went forward, Ben Davies was just there to cover for him. So he always had that solidarity at the back, and he kept a lot of clean sheets with it. But what problem is, I think, with 3-5-2, if you play against a 3-5-2, there's a lot of nil-nils, and there's it's hard to break teams down. The good thing is with it, you can go to a 4-3-3 very easy with it, in kind of taking one of your centre halves and bringing an attacker on, and then you go 4-3-3. So a lot of teams do that when they're losing games of football.
Can shut up shop on 3-5-2 as well. You can go to a 5-3-2 if you need to.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. And I wanted to ask Tyler this. Last year, Fleetwood went 12 unbeaten, and we had Sunderland, we had Portsmouth twice in that run. We had Coventry, we had Wickham. And I think Fleetwood played 6 or 7 different formations. 1 minute it was 3-4-3, then it was 4-4-2, then 4-3-3, then 4-2-3-1, 3-5-2. You think you're changing formation at the moment? It's helping you where teams aren't knowing what to expect from a Lee Bowyer side.
Yeah, I'd say so. I mean, as you say, it's changing every single week, and it's catching, like, it can catch teams out, like, unaware, because, like, okay, this is how they set up last week. Oh, hold on a minute. What's going on here? It's completely different now. So they have to adapt to that. But, like I said earlier, with us, it's so unpredictable with what we play. As I say, I think our team's built around Doughty, and his strength is on the wing, as we've seen that. But I do hope that at one point we stick to one formation and we stick by that, because that's what worked when we got promoted the last time. We played the 4-4-2 narrow, and it worked a treat. But it can work sometimes when you change it now and again. But I'd like us to stick with one, like, out and out formation that works, that suits everyone, and then we can kick on from there.
Can you hear me
Okay.
still?
Yeah, I can.
Yes, we can hear you. I've just put on a link down there because obviously, we're over the hour. We're going to run a little bit later. We're just going to do an hour show tonight,
Yeah,
but
I know you're gonna go
it's
soon.
really good. But we will take a few calls in if anybody wants to call into the show. I think we've got right.
Go soon. So, what's your prediction for your game coming up?
Tough one at Plymouth.
That Ryan Lowe there, isn't it?
Yeah.
He's doing really well. I'm quite impressed with him.
Yeah, solid start. I think they're sitting 9th, 1 point behind us. So it's a long trip, very long trip.
Yeah. Aren't you glad you're not making it?
Say again, sorry?
Aren't you glad you're not making it?
Yeah, yeah, very. But I'll take a draw at this moment in time. I've gone with a 1-1 on my preview. Shameless plug. Go check it out.
Ben, plug out.
Get that plug out.
Hey.
It's up to
I've gone with a 1-1.
Go and check 18 Dapper for his prediction. 1-1. Okay, brilliant.
Oh, shameless or seamless, whichever one you want to go with.
Perfect. It was a perfect plug. Tyler, give us your prediction for your game tomorrow night. Is it tomorrow night you'll be playing?
Yeah, we got Oxford at home. Tough game. I think they're very unpredictable, don't they? They've lose a couple of games and they won against MK Dons, wasn't it? Only just beat them. There's something about them that I think they might score against us. They've got good players up top. Matty Taylor, Shodipo on loan from QPR. They got good players, but I think that with the form that we're on, we'll carry that on. I'm going 2-1 Charlton.
Yep.
2-1 Charlton. Ben, who have you got tomorrow?
Right. So this is my logic. This season, I think it's 8 games we've played.
Yeah.
I predicted us to win on 4 occasions. In those occasions, we've lost 1-0, we've lost 2-1, we've drawn 1-1, and we've won 4-1. I've put us to win 3 times. We've lost 2, drawn 1.
So you're going for a loss?
I'm going to go
Draw?
for a 2-1 loss.
Right, okay.
I actually mean 2-1 win.
Tactical. I like it.
I said 3 wins for Blackburn. My recent videos, I said 3 wins for Blackburn. I think you'll win again tomorrow. Obviously, you're not won away from home for 14 months. I feel for poor Jay. You making her go to every away game.
She wanted to go to every away game. Give over. She goes to him anyway. I just said take a camera with you.
But I feel for her coming over the coastline.
Yeah, but she goes to all the away games. She'd be going anyway. She'd be going anyway. And the thing is, I needed to be home to get her to send the footage through to me. You know what I mean? So it was.
That's fair. But the amount of many trainings she must get through in like kind of feeling down after the game, I'd be the same. When Fleetwood
she'd had enough.
Talks to me.
She'd had enough. Jake, who have you got on?
Rotherham.
Rotherham. Yeah. What's your prediction for that then?
1-0 win to us. No red cards, but the referee we got sent one of our players off last time, so I'm not really looking forward to it, to be honest with you. I'll take a 1-0 win and just move on to Wickham, but I can't predict my club because they're so unpredictable at the moment. So at the minute with my club, I'm just like, if we win, yay! If we lose, I'll just sit in the corner and rock slowly.
Yeah. We're going to AFC Wimbledon, and it just before, and it's going to be very historic. I don't know if you've been following Wimbledon, but they are back in the newly developed Plough Lane, but it will be on the 3rd of November, I think they're actually back. So obviously it's not going to be there this time. They're playing at QPR at the moment. The ground sharing with them.
There yet this season, Lee.
But it's a very, very historic moment. What a story.
100%.
I think we're the first team to play there.
Yeah, it looks good as well, and the fans have raised the money, haven't they, and everything. I think it's an amazing story. If it was real and the season was on, I would definitely be going down to do a vlog and definitely finding out all about it because I think it's a fantastic story for fans. So even so, no sympathy for them. Need to beat them 2-0. 2-0.
That's a sentiment out of the way. 2-0.
Hope you lose.
Wimbledon have got the worst home record in the league. Wimbledon have got the worst. We've only got 1 point level with Shrewsbury at home.
Wow.
We got the worst away bloody record. So
that's pointing towards 0-0, isn't it?
Right.
That's definitely going to be 0-0 or 5-0, isn't it?
I'm talking about I'm getting PTSD here.
we're gonna just
win it
we're gonna
out.
finish off bringing a couple of calls in. So we've got a few waiting. Yeah, we've got Ryan first, so we'll just keep them as kind of quick as we can.
Ryan Dunbar.
Yeah, it'd be Ryan. Hello, Ryan.
Hello, can you hear me?
We can hear you. Yeah, loud and clear, sir. What are you calling in for? What's your point?
I'm guessing you're a very, very happy Rangers fan, considering with the result you had.
Yes, Jake, I am. How was the missions after last weekend?
No comment. She went and did the pots.
The reason I was phoning was basically because you were mentioning the iFollow scheme.
Yeah.
Now, up here, as I've said to Lee before, we have our own club channels. So like Rangers TV and Celtic TV.
Yes.
So what we do is the home fan, well, the season ticket holders get the home games as part of the Rangers TV.
Yeah.
Which I think it's definitely better than iFollow because you're getting pre-match build-up, you're getting half-time coverage, like half-time analysis.
What's that, Ryan, again? What's it called?
Rangers TV.
Oh, Rangers TV.
Yeah.
It's the club channel.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that sounds good. Salford City do it. Lee, I don't know if you've seen it, Ryan.
I think that's brilliant, Ryan.
Go over to their YouTube channel, Lee. They do like this coverage with this Sarah Connolly. She used to work at United. And very good, like where they get like guests on, they get players on, and they do a show before, and they go over to iFollow, and then they pan it back to the YouTube channel. Honestly, fantastic. They do after the game, and
that's really good.
I just think it's fair play to Salford on that one. They've got their own little studio called the Talk Studio.
But let's just remember who's financing them.
Yeah, but even so, it's a nice little intensive.
No, I like the idea, but you've got to remember who's financing that kind of thing. Not all people can do that. That's the issue.
I get that. And I've been asked from the club, from Fleetwood, I said it to Lee as soon as I got it. They want to do some work with me over.
Yeah, brilliant.
Yeah. They want me to go do a live watch along from the
in the ground. And
my thing is, Kane brought down.
Penalty.
No,
see before that goal.
And that's a brilliant point. Thank you very much. That's what we need. Every club needs one of those. Thanks for phoning in. You've got your own TV.
Their own kind of channel.
Yeah,
they did.
Brilliant.
And then it all got put into iFollow. I'm sure it did for some reason, because I remember Rovers having Rovers TV.
Went into it was called The Player. It was we had the Wednesday Player. You might have had TV. We all had different things.
Some clubs, I don't know if you know, Sunderland do it. Some clubs don't even do it on iFollow. They do their own platform run by the club.
When Leeds did it, and Leeds win the championship, they just put it on Leeds United TV.
Yeah, like for me, people go, "Oh, you and Sam should be commentating over the board on the radio." Like some of the people on the radio said, I think the one statement was we played Villa under 21, so a lot of them were 17, 18. You wouldn't know who the Premier League club were here. They're not Premier League players. They're 17-year-old kids. I'm like, do your research.
Right. Thank you very much, Ryan.
Any more questions from Ryan?
Thank you. We've got a few waiting to come in. So cheers, Ryan. That's brilliant. Thank you. We'll add Cody Hewitt. Hello, Cody.
Hey, Cody. How are you?
Hi, Cody.
Hi.
Yeah, Cody.
Yeah, how you doing?
Yeah, we're good.
We're fine, Cody. How are you?
I'm good.
What are you calling in?
The other day.
Yep, West Ham.
Point.
Dreadful game.
Phil Foden scoring.
I'm just happy Mikel Antonio scored. That's fine for me.
Fancy points.
In fact, what are your thoughts about this pay-per-view thing that's going on at the moment?
Right, I've actually got an interesting thing with this, right? So I'm going to bring it up earlier. The pay-per-view Premier League fans have raised 300k for charity instead of paying for the games.
Yeah.
Wow.
Newcastle raised over £20,000 for food banks.
Oh, I heard. Yeah, that's brilliant.
Fans are donating in protest. Liverpool fans raised 120,000 for the North Liverpool food banks.
Wow.
While Leeds fans donated 57,000 instead of paying to watch it. Tottenham fans raised 16,000. Man City and Manchester United local fans have been giving 25,000 to local food banks. The fans are just really going, we're not doing this. There's more things important. And I say hats off to all the fans.
I think it was 80. It was either 68 or 86. But the Burn West Ham stream brought the PPV. I don't know if that's correct. It was just a statistic I saw last Tuesday. But if that's the case, Sky are probably losing money from this. Like they won't be getting much. It'll be mostly going to the Premier League and the other clubs. For me, I would say, I know obviously paying for the game. If it was ran by the clubs and it wasn't PPV, ran by the actual club on Leeds TV, on Claridge Player, on Spurs TV, on that kind of MU TV, stuff like that. It was on a tenner, like these. I don't think fans would have too much problem because it's going to the actual club, not the Premier League. But because it's 15 quid ran by the Premier League, how much is going to the actual club? I don't know if you guys agree. I think it should be ran throughout the same, £10 for all, on the club's platform, end of, in my opinion.
Well, here's an interesting one. Mike Ashley called for it to be £4.95. That's a new one for him.
Yeah, £4.95. A lot of people would buy it then because a fiver, it's less than a fiver, so people think, they don't think of it as a fiver, think it's cheaper than a fiver.
That would really piss us Championship and League One, League Two when we're paying a fucking tenner.
Yeah. Because like Sheffield Wednesday, Blackpool Fleetwood, for example, right? They pay 10 quid for iFollow.
Yep.
But Premier League have to pay 15 quid on Sky and BT. For what reason?
But there's a difference though. If you're a Man City fan, Man City will always get that TV money. If you're a club that's not Man City, if you're not, say if it's Newcastle versus Sheffield United, they're not going to be the game that gets the attention. It's going to be a Chelsea Man United that gets the first point.
Yeah,
so I think Sky and BT have probably missed the mark here, and or the Premier League. And for me, it'd have been a better system to kind of say if you've got the sports channels, add £10 extra onto the subscription for the season, but then go back to what they used to do back in day where you had the red button and you had the option to choose whatever game you wanted.
I do Sky on a Wednesday evening and a Tuesday evening.
Yeah.
I think that's one of my favourite bits about. I wish you did that with League One and League Two, but no, Sky don't think. With Sky, there's only 3 leagues available for Sky. That's the Scottish Premiership, the Premiership, and the Championship. Which I'm not moaning.
I think to do that logistically would be an absolute nightmare, wouldn't it?
How many games have been on League One in the past? It's been amazing. Look at I know a couple of years ago, Fleetwood against Hull. I know it was my team, and I'm obviously going to. 5 goals, a real crack of a tie. You see it in the playoffs. I just wish we saw more of League One and League Two.
Go on, Cody.
Totally agree. Thank you very much, Cody. We're going to move on to.
He's got one more question. Go on,
Cody. Go on, Cody, quick.
In fact, it's not the same Sky with the EFL anymore because, like, back in the day, right? They pretty much do League One and League Two all the time. For example, Bolton versus Old. Why don't they do like Bolton's local derbies? But
they're doing Bolton against Salford, but there's only one reason they're doing Bolton, massive club, and Salford. Ooh, who's the owner of Salford City? They only work for Sky Sports.
Exactly.
It's what's going to pull the neutrals in, isn't it?
It is, yeah, of course. It's all about money at the end of the day. They've got to get as many people watching it as possible, and obviously more people are going to watch United versus Liverpool. They're going to watch Blackpool versus, say, Oldham or something like that. It's just money talks, but they are supposed to share it around, aren't they? And they don't. But anyway, thanks, Cody. Thank you very much. Pleasure having you on. Thank you. Yeah, we got 10 minutes left of the show, and then we're off. So if we get a sensible caller in, I think Football Prime Ginger was waiting, but he's I don't know where he is. But if you want to come back in, I'm not letting this idiot come on that keeps coming in. We shall get rid of him once more. You're wasting your time, pal. So don't bother. Ben Brown is here. Okay. Oh, he was. Ben, we've lost you. How's Tottenham going on? Still, is it still 0-0, Ben?
60 minutes. Lamella came on for Lucas about 4 or 5 minutes ago. Nothing really in the game yet, really. They only try and go long. And Spurs still have a couple of options off the bench. Bale will come on in the next 5-10 minutes. But Mourinho's never lost against Burnley, so you know what that means. Burnley 1, Spurs 0.
Yep, pretty much.
Football Prime Ginger saying he'll come on. Well, we'll bring you on if you want to come in. We saw you in the studio, but you seem to have disappeared. So I don't know on that one. But we've got 10 minutes left, so we can take a couple of calls if we've got some sensible. Ben Brown was in as well. We know he is sensible. So we don't mind sensible conversation. But FA Cup tonight, lads. We've not talked about it.
I was going to say, we forgot about that, didn't we?
Who's your team drawn? We've got Eastbourne Borough away, which is a seaside playing the seaside. It's a bit of a long trip down to Eastbourne. Would have been great. Would have definitely done Eastbourne. Definitely would have done it, but disappointingly.
Lovely at this time of year as well.
Yeah, really nice. It would have been really nice. So we've got Eastbourne. I know, Ben, you've got Hull, haven't you? Right, we've got
Good
Ben
time
Brown.
being 4-1, so I'll take that.
Yo.
We've got Ben Brown. We'll just bring him in. Hiya, Ben. We need some sensible conversation. Are you all right?
Yeah, I'm good.
Good.
The FA Cup ties. There's some big ones in there.
Definitely. There is.
That's a massive one.
Let me have a look quickly at the draw.
I know Ipswich and Pompey. That's a big one.
Yeah.
That's that one.
Who was the lowest tier side? Skelmersdale United.
Yeah, Skelmersdale.
Who've
they drawn?
Harrogate. Or they're away to Harrogate, they are.
Oh, right. That's a shame. It doesn't really matter, though, now, does it? Because it doesn't matter who they draw. There's no blooming money from the revenue from the actual game, is there? There's no fans, which is a shame for them, really, because this is a big thing for non-league. You know, the FA Cup is massive for non-league. Just the thought of drawing, like, Blackpool and there being like 6,000 there, it's so much money for them. It really is, and it's sad.
Yeah.
And why are they not letting fans in?
Yeah, like what's it? There was some weird thing. Cray Valley will play Maidenhead in the fourth qualifying round.
They're like 600 in, do they?
Well, no, because you think Maidenhead would be allowed. Maidenhead fans aren't allowed in because they said, what's it? If the home tie is a sixth tier and above, then no fans can be there. But apparently there was something where Cray Valley away fans were actually allowed to go to the ground, but not Maidenhead.
That's weird.
It's just mad, isn't it? It's totally mad. I just don't understand the reason why they won't allow clubs.
None of the rules make sense.
No,
but it is what it is, isn't it?
It's a real shame. But what other big draws were there? There was obviously Ipswich.
We got a tasty one. FC United of Manchester.
That
would have been a nice one to go to.
That would have been great, wouldn't it?
Yeah,
it would have been great.
Well, I think potential. It's a bit of a cliche, but a bit of a banana skin that for us, I think.
Yeah, well, they always are. Non-league games always are a bit of a banana skin. We've lost a couple of non-league teams in our time. In fact, there's one non-league. I can't remember who they were now, but they beat us twice. They beat us and then we drew them again a few years later and they beat us again. It was unbelievable. I can't remember who they were. I can't remember who it is now, but they beat us twice.
The FA Cup non-league team beating league opposition.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's a great day. It's a great story for them, innit? But it kind of hurts you when it's your club, but you think, bloody long, because you're thinking of drawing like Tottenham or, yourself, aren't you? Yeah. You're still a little club. You don't want to get knocked out of it.
But we're that level to them, aren't we?
Of course.
Kind of that difference. So
I think when we played in the FA Cup in 2012 when we were National League, and I think it was Wycombe we beat them. Then we played Yeovil at home and we were 1-0 down. We scored a last minute equaliser 1-1. Went down to Huish Park 1-2 and got Blackpool, and then you beat us 5-1. So that's the end of that draw. But you were
had Vardy then. You had Vardy in the team. You had Vardy.
Mangan.
Yeah, it was a good thing. Right, cheers, Ben, for that. Are you not in the FA Cup with your team? Which is your team?
Ebbsfleet. We got knocked out in the third qualifying round.
Right.
It was annoying though, because we got like a last minute equaliser, and then it was like 9-8 on penalties.
Oh,
Jesus.
Yeah.
Wow, blooming that is unlucky, Ben. Yeah. Never mind. There's always next year. The thing is, it's not the greatest FA Cup this year because you're not going to get those revenues from going to a big club. Anyway, thank you very much. We've got 5 minutes left. We'll just take Football Prime Ginger. What's your YouTube channel, Ben?
I think you have to search up Ben Brown Ebbsfleet.
Ben Brown Ebbsfleet. Okay, we'll subscribe. I will find you.
Yeah.
And he will hurt you.
Yeah.
Subscribe to you.
I have a set of skills.
Right. Cheers, Ben.
Stay up front.
Yeah.
Cheers, Ben. Thank you.
Yeah.
Cheers, Ben.
Cheers. Thanks. Bye. Right. The Football Prime. Oh,
Oh, he's gone.
Hi.
no, yeah.
Hi.
Hi.
Hi, Ginger. How are you, pal?
Good, thanks. How are you?
We're great. How are you?
Yep, I'm good, thanks. My question is, do you think it's safe for some fans to come back into stadiums?
Yes.
Yes.
100%.
For example, some English non-league sides can have some fans back, but I don't get how Scottish non-league teams can't have fans back, and that's like just doesn't really make sense, does it?
No. It doesn't, and it's totally safe compared to going to a cinema or a restaurant or a pub with, you can go to a pub where they serve food, and you can't go to a football match where there's probably 100, a minimum of 100 feet away to the next person. They're spreading out that much that there's no danger whatsoever. I just don't get it. I just honestly, I mean, I understand the problem with like Newcastle. They've got, say, 50,000, season tickets. Who is allowed in? That's the big problem there. Even if they allow 10,000 in, who are those 10,000 when they've got people who've been lifelong season tickets? So there's problems there. But they should, without any fans in, football's very, very poor.
I think they just need some consistency with the rules that they're putting out. Like you said, Lee, you can go to a pub. You can still go to a restaurant. I mean, we're in a tier 3 where I'm at the minute, so we can't mix households anymore. And the only pubs that are open, you've got to have a meal with alcohol. But for me, that's just as risky, if not more so, than going down to the Keep Moat on a Saturday.
3 pints and 3 carbonates, please.
Wasn't
So
it?
what was your other question, Football Prime Ginger? You had a couple, I think.
Yeah, so basically last month there was a trial event when Aberdeen hosted I think it was Kilmarnock, and 1,000 fans was allowed in, and Aberdeen Stadium holds 22,000, I think, and there was no corona virus cases caused because of that testing event. And I just think they should carry on if there was no cases caused.
At the Super Cup final, I think there's 20,000 fans at buying against Seville.
Yeah.
No. It doesn't. By the way, there's no upload in cases after that.
It's like when Charlton did it against Doncaster early in the season. Like the Valley holds 27,000 people. You can easily fit like 9,000 to 10,000 people social distance around the stadium easily.
Yeah, sure, of course you could. Dead easy.
That's pretty much normally your home attendance, just a bit shy of normally 13, 14, 15k. That's not me taking the piss. It is. Right? So it's like with Fleetwood. If we allowed 1,000 in, George would say, "Well, you're doubling your home attendance there." No.
To be fair, I was talking to somebody at Donny, and last season, if you took the away supporters off, we were around 6,000 every single game. Our stadium holds 15, so that's 33% roughly. And that was kind of the ballpark figure that was getting thrown about to begin with, 33% full. So we should easily manage it without kind of impacting any season ticket holder or anything.
What's he done?
Yeah.
There's no away fans either, so they could put Donny fans all the way around the stadium. There wouldn't be a problem, would they? It'd just be, I don't know. It's just so.
I think the issue is outside of the ground more so than inside the ground, but unfortunately, we're not the ones who make the decisions.
To be fair, Donny could actually get away with how their stadium's set up. You could actually get it where you could get people out better and easier. To be fair, your stadium's actually set up for it. Ours isn't really. Could we go on to
I think the rules or the regulations need to look at every single ground. I know we're quite lucky in terms of the entries and exits into the grounds, but you've got to think of places like Luton, where you go into the away end through somebody's back garden. I think you've got to take all of that into consideration. And if it works for the worst case scenario, then the better case scenarios it'd work there. So I think that's the difficulty that the government's got at the minute to make that decision, in the FA or whoever's making this decision.
Gurney's just posted that Belgium fans are having small crowds in.
They're just in the Europa League.
Yeah.
My next,
Right, thank you very much.
Oh, he's got one more. I think.
Got one more?
yeah. Next question is: did anybody see Celtic versus Aberdeen on
did.
Monday? What did you make of the game, Jake?
I think you got lucky. To be honest
Yeah.
with you, I think you got lucky. I think.
Oh my God.
I think Neil Lennon's running out of ideas at the minute, but it's like what I said to you on Instagram.
I want him out. Yeah,
Who do you replace him with?
exactly. Because
It's a hard one to happen, and it's very
Yeah.
hard for you to replace them. And I think it's that whole thing where it's the first time in a very long time Rangers actually look good. Let's give them credit. They actually do look good, and they look like a team that we all know they could be under Gerrard.
Yeah.
But now you're seeing it properly. So you got to. I think you're going to have a whole situation where you're going to be rebuilding a bit, and the problem is you want that 10th title. You're going for it. You really want to go for it. But I think that might be putting too much pressure on a lot of the lads you've got who are quite young. And the problem is that your goals have just dried up. You might have played, but you're not really pushed on. I don't think you had a good transfer window.
We didn't. We bought players who we didn't necessarily need. For example, we bought David Turnbull, who isn't going to start. We should have just loaned him back out to Motherwell to get some game experience, but we didn't. And
this is the thing. I'm a neutral. I am a neutral. I'm not because of the wife, but I am seeing it as just general football. Rangers look very good this year, and
you look hungry. You look wanting to win, and stop that 10 in a row.
But the problem you've got is who does Celtic bring in if they get rid of him? It's a tough job.
We can't, to be honest with you.
You can't keep going back to Lennon every time. I think after this spell, he's done. You can't have it back again.
Oh yeah, because I know before we was going to bring in Neil Lennon, we was going to bring in Rafa, but he rejected it due to money.
Yeah, and it's that whole thing. If you could get in like basically what Rangers have done, like an ex-player want to start his manager career, then that would work. I agree, that would work well.
And Scott Brown is doing some manager.
Maybe you go down the Scott Brown route, but I personally, if I was Scott Brown, I wouldn't do it. You're going to move your legacy. I think if you play for a club and you're a legend there, don't go manage them because you'll ruin it. Because if you don't do that,
I think if we get beat by Aberdeen again on Sunday in the Cup, then that's definitely Neil Lennon out. I mean,
playing at home or away?
No, it's at Hampden because it's in the Cup.
All right.
It's in the semi-final.
All right.
Because it's from last season.
So you think that's it then, D? He's got to go. He's got to go.
Yeah, he's got to go. I mean, the last time he was with us, he turned his back on us when we was doing bad to go to Bolton, and that caused quite a lot of riots.
He's going wild at watching Tottenham. What's going on?
Son was into the first. Spurs had one shot on target. I was in. Son was in. Made a major run. Good block. Should be 1-0. Oh.
We just got a comment in from Batman, and he lives in Charlton. He's a Blackpool fan. No, his dad's a Blackpool fan, and he's like half Blackpool, half Charlton. But he's just put on best lad in Blackpool and best lad in Charlton. There you are. So that's for you, Tyler. That one.
And another thing that's quite cool. What I might be doing. Do you know a Celtic player called James Forrest?
Yep.
Yeah. I might be interviewing him because
nice.
I'm in contact with the Celtic head of media, and I just
put your video on, Prime Ginger. Put your video on. Tell us all about your channel quickly before we go, because you've got a Celtic vlogger, aren't you? I do believe.
Yeah. So basically, I'm almost at 600 subscribers, and I just started in lockdown, but I've been a Celtic season ticket holder.
How old are you?
I'm almost 15.
Almost 15, right? Okay, you're doing very well. You got almost 600 already, and you only started in lockdown.
Yeah, I started at the end of June.
Okay, are you enjoying it?
Yeah, I'm enjoying it. I'm trying to go down to a team called East Kilbride because like their stadium, like you can see through.
There's something going crazy at Tottenham. Quickly over to Tottenham. Is that a goal for Tottenham?
Spurs have been awful all match. And on 76 minutes, it's that man again. It's Kane. I think it's Kane onto Son. Again, Spurs have come. They've just defended. It's a good ball. It's Kane. And onto Son. It's Son in the corner. My dad watching. He criticised Harry Kane 18 months ago. What a header. And Son looping. 1-0 Spurs. I bet it goes to VAR. No, it can't go to VAR.
Happiness.
There we go.
Well, on that note, we can finish the show. Thank you very much. Thanks for calling in.
Everyone, guys.
And if anybody's watching, make sure you try and get this lad to 1,000. He's doing very well. Celtic fan football prime Ginger. Thank you very much.
By the way, guys, Kane and Son have got 29 goal contributions. The highest in Premier League history is Drogba and Lampard on 36.
They're going to smash that.
Yeah.
Wow. Very good. Very good.
They're on fire.
Thank you very much. Thanks for calling in. We're going to get off any minute now because I know Dapper's got to go. And
I reckon we go for Sharky's record. Go for 9 hours, Lee.
Yeah.
I'll bow out now if you're doing that.
I think we've done it all tonight, folks. Good luck in the FA Cup for those teams that are in it, and good luck tomorrow to all our teams. Hopefully, Jake's Sheffield Wednesday can drag themselves out of minus.
I want to come back on Monday and be on positive point, but I ain't positive, so.
You were last week, though. You were really positive last week.
I was really positive last week.
In the world that we live in, it's good not to be positive.
It's just Mealy and Tyler buzzing like bees at the moment after wins on the weekend.
Yeah. Long may it continue.
I'm buzzing. Say to you, nice to have you on, Tyler. It's been a pleasure.
Love to have you on again, Tyler.
Yeah, hope to come back on soon. I really enjoyed it tonight.
Yeah, you can honestly whenever you're welcome. We will. Ben will give you an invite into the WhatsApp, or you can let me know you can be in the group, and you can let us know
when chaos will ensue.
But thanks for not giving me too much stick
tonight, guys.
Yeah, it's been good.
Yeah, no, it's been really good. It's been a great show. Hope you've enjoyed it. If you're watching this on the rerun, make sure we'll be back here next week, 8 o'clock, same time, same place.
Yep.
See you then. Subscribe to Cod Vlogs, Door on Tour, 18 Dapper, Punk Chef 41, and Tyler Rollinson. That's what it's called. And of course, Lee Charles TV. Thank you very much. We will see you. We'll see you next week. Thanks a lot.
Bye.
Bye, folks.
Bye, guys.